Welcome back to the SA Morning. Now, power cuts aren't the only thing that South Africans have to worry about. Gauteng's major cities are experiencing serious water shortages, even though the dams are quite full. So what could be the problem is the question we're asking this morning. And to help us unpack this, I'm now joined by UNISA's Integrated Water Resource Management Research Specialist. That's Professor Anja Du Plessis. Prof, thank you for your time and good morning to you. So for someone who's probably wondering, I mean, the dams are full, so why are then Gauteng's major cities, namely Ekurhuleni, Tshwane and Johannesburg, still experiencing water cuts?
Well, unfortunately, we're sitting with a situation where everything is escalating at the same time. We've had ongoing blackouts, which obviously also contributes to the reservoirs not being able to recover due to the pump stations not having power or backup power. Then we also had the heat wave here in Joburg, whereby more people use more water than average. And then also we have the major issue of decaying water infrastructure, unfortunately, which hasn't been addressed over the past 2 decades. Warnings have been given by numerous researchers since 2002 to say that we need to give our water infrastructure proper attention and move away from simply just putting down pipes and giving people water access. That is, however, important, especially in our rural areas. However, when we get to our cities, we need to start maintaining what we have.
Right. I want to take it back to 2015, 2017 and get some context here. During the drought around that time, we know that water restrictions now are at 30% in as far as, water authorities within the region are concerned in imposing that 30%. But take us back to that 2015, 2017 period where there was a drought and how this has led to where we are, or at least better informs us of where we come from as a country with water shortage.
Well, in terms of the drought that we experienced between 2015 and 2017, the Vaal reached its peak in terms of the drought in 2017, where the dam level went down to 25%. Then the government said that we need to implement water restrictions as soon as possible, which was definitely needed because of the dam level being at 25%. If we look at Nelson Mandela Bay at this point in time, that is a similar situation to what the city of Cape Town experienced during their drought, whereby the infrastructure was a problem, but you had the natural influence as well, whereby we were in an El Nino period with below average water and rainfall. But in terms of the current state that we are in now, we are in a La Nina. We've been in a La Nina for the past 3 years, whereby the Vaal and other areas in the country have received very good water and rainfall. So that has helped us. However, the main issue with the ongoing blackouts, and then as well as your lack of spatial planning, urban centers expanding like they all do, there has to be proper planning, and there also has to be proper maintenance.
Yeah, and I was going to touch on that because we do see this rapid urbanization happening. And I just wonder, how would you rate the water resource management, particularly within the cities?
Well, look, at the present situation that we're sitting in now, I can't really say that our water management has been very good, especially in terms of the maintenance. However, that responsibility is on the shoulders of the municipality, whereby they are given a budget over a couple of years, where they then have to say that they commit this and that to the improving water infrastructure or the maintenance thereof. There's been different figures now being given. Someone said 22 billion, others say 33. I see another figure said 61 billion. So at present, we really need to look at what the current state is of our water infrastructure. Is the non-revenue water higher than the 41% that is currently being estimated? Or where do we have to put our priorities at this point in time?
And just my last question to you, Prof. I mean, Rand Water has indicated that high water consumption is actually to blame for water shortage. Is this the case? And if it is, how much are we talking here in litres?
Look, to put it solely on the consumer, I think is unfair. We are saying that over 300 liters per person per day, that's how much a person in Gauteng is currently using water. However, they forget to include the 41% that is being lost on the way towards the consumer. So if we look at the over 300 liters per person per day, and we remove that 41%, the people in Gauteng are actually using less water. However, that is not an excuse to now open up your taps and go wash your car and your pavement and whatever else. So we need to be cognizant of our water use. However, the major problem that we have here now at this point in time is the infrastructure, the blackouts. We cannot solely put the blame onto the consumer.
All right, we'll leave it then. I appreciate you, of course, adding to this conversation. Integrated Water Resource Management Research Specialist, Professor Anja Du Plessis, thank you so much for your time this morning.